Okay, problem 570. They want you to evaluate this sum. It goes from 1 to infinity of this summand, which is 1 over n squared plus 1. They give you a hint, say it's related to this thing over here. All right? So what we did, we went through paper and pencil work, and we finally get an answer at the end of this thing over here. Again, it was a lot of work, but we get an answer. All right? So what I want to do is go to Sage and just, type it in. Right? Type in the question. I'm not going to tell it's related to that, but I'll type it in. So let's go to my terminal. I'm going to clear the screen, and I'm going to reset. Oops. I'm going to define n as a variable. Now it is an integer, but that's not important at this stage over here. But you could say assume n is an integer as well. I want to do the sum, and the summand is 1 divided by the quantity. That's what I'm putting in parentheses. N squared plus 1. The counter is n. We start at 1, and we're going up to infinity. And in Sage, the double O looks like an infinity. Before I go on, now, I want to claim we got this thing over here. That's all we typed in. The sum from n equals 1 to infinity of the summand 1 over n squared plus 1. N starts at 1, goes off to infinity. All right? Let's hit the return, see what happens. And it gives me this thing over here. All right? Let's go back over that. And I believe, yeah, we got that answer. Yeah, might look a little different. We got an answer. Again, using a computer algebra system, we got an answer. I want to approximate it. And someone says, why is that? A lot of times you're looking at an answer in Sage and you're wondering, is it really the same thing I got? And I'll point that out to you. The answer I got is this over here. I did approximate, get this over here. I'm going to approximate this. All right, the way I do that, underscore, output from prior input. N stands for numerical, it's abbreviation, numerical abbreviation of that expression. And what do you get? We're getting the same number we got over here. Now granted, I do prefer my answer here. Well, of course I do, it's my answer. However, I noticed that the computer algebra system does this over here. You might have to look up this function here. And the way to do that in Sage, if you want to, you could just type in PSI with the question mark, and let's see what comes up. All right. Now, granted, you'd have to read through that and understand what it's saying. And sometimes it talks to you in code. For example, over here, it is talking to me in code. What's that code? They're talking to me in LaTeX. And you should become familiar with that because a lot of mathematics is spoken that way. Thank you.